Hey guys, I'm live. How you guys doing? Just want to do some bed rant. Um, yeah, I just felt like staying dressed a little bit after doing the NXS stuff. I didn't feel like just going right down to my jammies again for some reason. I don't know, it's only 4 in the morning, but I somehow feel better right now, feel better being just slightly dressed than I do just being in my jammies. This might be what I wear today, actually, on my walk. Probably is. Yeah, come to think of it. It's my dad's Skunkworks pen. It's a model of a SR-71 Blackbird. It's got gold plating on it. And I've got his Illuminati ring on. It's also gold plated. And then I've got another ring on my first finger. It was getting too small for my middle finger, so I put it on my first finger. There was no special meaning to put it on my middle finger. It fits better on the first finger now. Anyway, I made a rededication of my musical vow yesterday. It just came to me. I didn't try to force it. That's just kind of what I do, I do things anyway. I told you guys 44 years ago, the word play went from the back of my brain to the front of my brain when I had a guitar in my hand and I was walking yesterday. And the same thing just happened, only didn't have a guitar in my hand. One word from the back of my head to the front of my head was play. So I rededicated myself to play guitar, which is cool. 44 years, that word hadn't happened since that. So far, never happened again until like yesterday. Play. So I'll probably play for a long time, probably the rest of my natural life. Notice I said natural. There's probably, as opposed to unnatural life. So that's cool. You know, it makes me feel looser because I know I'm going to play no matter what. You know, I think before I had a little trepidated about, well, am I ever going to quit? What if I master this too much? Am I just going to give it up? And it kind of put me on edge a little bit. Now I don't think so. Now I think I'm going to play for good. And I liked playing with clean tone on the NXS. I mean, I'm not going to be a clean tone player, but I don't want to just be one thing. I don't just want to play. He always plays distortion. Well, no, I don't. Or he always just plays lead. No, I don't. Or he always just sings metal. No, I don't. I have to mix it up, and that's what came to me today to do NXS. I think that's a great song. Two of them, Need You Tonight and Mediate. I already didn't do them perfectly, but I wasn't striving for perfection. I was striving for feel and having fun. I wasn't trying to be perfect, or I would have taken a different approach. I not be Shirtless Guy. I just go with the flow. I like my take, but whatever, you know. My friend, and I want to reiterate, I gave my best necklace to my friend. You know who you are, and that really was my best necklace. So I wear these others, and yes, I do wear them. I like wearing necklaces. I almost always wear one when I'm in the daytime, and I don't sleep in these, but at night and then in the daytime I wear them. Just to a reiteration, that was my best necklace that I gave. These are cool, but that one was better. So and then my friend Ben, I think of him as a mentor now for my Mormon Book of Mormon studies. He's like a mentor to me. Like if he says I'm doing okay, then I kind of get the feeling I am in the Mormon study thing. But he said something to me that is bad news for me going along with it, because he said, you know, Jim, you won't be walking when you're 80. And I said, don't judge me. Okay, so let's see if I'll walk when I'm 80. I'm 59 now. It's only 21 more years. You're on. Challenge accepted. You know, that's one thing. If someone tells me I can't do something, it's like, that usually means that I'm going to put my mind to proving that wrong. If it's something I care about, if someone says you're not going to put your head in the toilet, I probably will say, yeah, you're right. But even though I've done that, actually, I had to do it once just to know I would, or just to know I had long hair too. Oh, so anyway, that just was an accidental share. Anyway, I was gonna say, I was gonna say here. Yeah, that's another thing about, you know. Oh yeah, another thing that there was a couple things that made me practice guitar harder than most kids, I think. There was more than one thing, actually. One thing was that the fact that my dad didn't let me start till I was 15. So I was like, I knew I had a disadvantage there already. Kids had already been playing for several years, and I was just picking up my first guitar. That was a motivator. But another thing my dad did also motivated me besides just that was when I was 13 and I didn't he wouldn't let me have a guitar. So I made a drum set out of trash. I've told you guys about that. My dad comes home. I'm jamming to Rush or something on my little mono cassette player from Radio Shack called Realistic Brand. My dad came home and said, Jim, you have no rhythm. You suck. You'll never be a musician. And I thought, okay. I tore up the drum set. I never played it again. Just remember, I don't even really remember tearing it up. I just know I didn't play it again. I just didn't have it anymore. But I was like, okay, we'll see. And that also motivated me to play harder. But it also put a block of rhythm. It kind of put a rhythm block in my head a little bit. But whatever. I think I'm good on that now. I think it was okay. I'll explain that in a minute. But I later asked him when I was like, it was like, I don't know, 30 years ago or something. I asked him, did you mean that, Dad? Remember you said I had no rhythm, I'd never be a musician? Because I was pretty good, and by then. And he goes, no, I was wrong. And that's only twice in his life he's told me he was wrong about anything, ever. And that was one of them. He said, no, he was wrong about telling me I had no rhythm and I'd never be a musician. The other thing he said he was wrong about in his whole life was when he locked me out of the house one night. I was pissed, said something to him, and he just locked me out of the house. Skipped work to tell me, sorry, I was wrong. He was at the door, met me. So that's twice in his life he said that. And one of them was when he said that I'd never be a musician. That's cool, I think. What else? Yeah, so I'll be playing probably. Another thing about don't tell me I can't do something. I have a feeling people have an idea that we only live so long, like nobody gets to live past a certain age. I challenge that too. I want to see how long I can live. I'm 59 right now. Okay. I mean, I don't, just because some people do things and people get the habit of doing things like dying before they're 80. I don't subscribe to that. Let's see how long I can live. Challenge accepted too. Because when someone says I can't walk, I won't be walking at 80. That's also kind of like saying I'm going to be closer to death and blah, 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 blah. And I say, okay, challenge accepted. I want to, you just lengthen my life, in other words, by challenging me like that. Because now I'm really like, okay, let's see what I can do. I'm going to try to so I'm just ranting. This is one of my more random rants I've done because I don't really have a certain topic on my mind. I'm not like one thing I'm talking about. I'm just kind of ranting literally, but I mean what I'm saying, or I wouldn't be saying, I'm happy with going to church. I'm actually excited to go to church on Sunday. I never saw a hard word to say, but I hardly ever, if ever, ever looked forward to going to church in my life. I mean, that's like that. I might have looked forward to it because of maybe winning a Bible award that Sunday and getting the prize that I wasn't sure what it was going to be. It turned to be a stuffed bear about this high, and I named him Yogi. But except for the oddball exception like that, I've never felt excited to go to church, like ever in my life. And now the Mormon Church, I'm kind of looking forward to going on Sunday. Can you believe that? I mean, what's next? Gee, I'm going to the guillotine. Can't wait, huh? Yeah, me too, man. Let's go see how it feels like to get our heads chopped off. I don't know. I never thought of it that way, and I'm like happy to go. I'm like kind of like looking forward to it. The songs are beautiful. They're actually written out the way they actually are. Sometimes they're conducted if there's a choir and to conduct the audience to the choir. I mean, it's like if it was just the music itself, that would be something to go there for. But then there's the love of the people and the fact that this might be the truth. And I'm reading the Book of Mormon. I've read 3 pages now. Oh, that's nothing. Well, try reading it yourself and then really getting it and then come back to me and then say, oh, the first 3 pages was nothing. And you'll say, oh, and then we'll see if we can go from there. No, it's deep reading, dude. I mean, I pretty much know what I read. I can quote it back. I can understand it and I can reiterate it, not easy. I'm not bragging, but I'm just saying it's a deep reading. It's deep reading. So to say I've only read 3 pages it underestimates what it actually is. And I think you know what I'm trying to say. And yeah, and I like my directions musically I'm going into. I'm opening up old. I'm not old because I've never done them. I'm new. I'm getting into new things. Um, I'm just opening my mind musically. I mean, I've done Striper, which I hardly ever do. Then I go to then I go to Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle. Then I go to In Excess. It's like I'm opening up my mind to anything goes, anything I like the sound of. And if artists that I've already done, I'm opening my mind up to other things about them. Like, for instance, I said I was going to get into Eric Clapton, which I am, but stepping away from Jimi Hendrix for a second to say I'm going to get into Eric Clapton actually made me closer to Hendrix in some ways, because now I realize, oh yeah, there are actually 3 albums by the Jimi Hendrix Experience, not just 1, not just 2, but 3. There's Art Experience, which everybody touts about, and I've actually played it all in one take on my channel. But then there's a second one, Axis Bold as Love, still produced by Chaz Chandler like the first one. Then there's Electric Ladyland. And that was produced by Jimi Hendrix himself, which could have probably used Chaz's help, but whatever. There are actually 3 albums and they all deserve attention, not just the great Are You Experienced, or even the Are You Experienced and Axis Bold as Love. You got to include Electric Ladyland. So I mean, that just opened up for me when I took a step back and said, well, I'm going to do Eric Clapton. It actually got me better versed in Hendrix, because I'm not as myopic now. I took a step back. Oh, wait a minute. He did Electric Ladyland and Axis Bold as Love and Our Experience, not just the first things. If it was just the first things, it would be great. But he went on from there. He didn't just write Purple Haze and, oh, I'm great now. See you later. See you in the next life. He did all kinds of cool stuff after that. And I want to get into some of that stuff, not just stuff from the first album that is so radio played, I mean, Axis Bold as Love has Castles Made of Sand. It has If 6 Was 9. It has Spanish Castle Magic. It has Wait Till Tomorrow. Didn't just study this. I'm just picking it up from my brain here. It has Up From the Skies. It has EXP. It has Axis Bold as Love itself, the self-titled track. I just love that album. For a while, it was my favorite one, but then I kind of got sucked back into the first album after a while. And the third one, Our Experience, has, people laugh at me when I do this one, but Crosstown Traffic, I think that's cool. I don't know, people, oh, that's simple. Well, sorry, I think it sounds good anyway. It has Voodoo Child, Slight Return, and Voodoo Child. It has, it's just cool. It's just a cool album. So I'm opening my musical right, and not only that, I just opened Clapton up for myself. I like the album Disraeli Gears. I want to do some of that. I want to do Tales of Brave Ulysses, that kind of thing, kind of psychedelic. Politician, of course, White Room and Sunshine of Your Love, but those have been done so much. What about Born Under a Bad Sign? If anybody can say that, it's probably me. Born 12/6/66, LOL, which all adds up to 4, which is the unluckiest number. What else by them? Let's see, what else do I like from them? Spoonful, cool stuff. I mean, I'm really opening up a bunch of, and then Led Zeppelin, I said I'm going to get into that. They had cool stuff too. And again, not just the first album, the second album, third album, but the fourth album was great, as well as the first one and the second one, which I just kind of alluded to. The fifth one, House of the Holy, is good. And then other bands from the 80s I haven't done much, like Winger, White Lion. I think I did, White Lion, White Snake, Cinderella, maybe do some of them. I mean, I don't know. I'm just opening up my mind to anything goes. I'm just opening. I can't do all this at once, but I can keep it all open for, when I can, And, and just an update. especially to Jack, that's going to host parties with me, playing this year. I added one more song. It needed it. My song list needed one more song, and that is "Welcome to the Jungle" by Guns N' Roses. Is now my my 7th song I'm going to play. I have the first 2 is Star Spangled Banner and Eruption. Then I have the 4 requested of me, which is Rape Me by Nirvana, Back in Black by AC/DC, Enter Sandman by Metallica, and Freebird by Lynyrd Skynyrd. But it needed one more, and that 5th one is Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses. I'm going to do that as part of the first 7. First 2 were kind of solo pieces, and the next 5 songs are solid. Going to do them every time. And that's the first page of my song set list. And the second page, that's 7, and the second page has 10, but includes Eruption again. So it's really like 9 originals that aren't on the first page. And that's my next set that I can kind of mix around a little bit and do whatever I kind of feel. But that first page, the first 7 are locked in. So I'm going to add Welcome to the Jungle to my set. I finally got my head around a lot of mistakes I made in it. I'm not going to do another take. I'm not going to sound like I'm trying to desperately chase something. But I got it now. And if I don't have it perfectly, I'm still going to work on it, but I think I have it. Welcome to the Jungle is going to be part of my set list. So that's what it needed. It needed the 17 songs, 7 on the first page, 10 on the second, Eruptions on both. That's really 16 different songs for my set list. And now I'm happy with it. I didn't push it. I didn't force it, but I knew that it needed to be another song there. There was even space on the bottom of the page, ironically enough, and it fit just perfectly when I wrote Welcome to the Jungle. So I love you guys. Peace, love, and rock and roll.